And we have breaking news to get to. 13 News. Welcome in. I'm Felicia Lawrence. A 16-year-old is being charged as an adult following a shooting involving Metro police officers. And this happened Saturday night on the city's far east side. The teen is now facing charges of dangerous possession of a firearm and criminal recklessness. Indiana law says juveniles with a prior conviction for dangerous possession of a firearm are charged as an adult if it occurs again. It all stems from a shots fired call on North Webster Avenue. That's where police found 18-year-old DeAndre Hart shot. He died at the hospital. Officers later learned that several juvenile suspects ran from the scene. After the suspect's car was stopped, that's when the shooting took place. 3 young men were hospitalized while a 4th suspect was later detained. No officers were hurt in the shooting. Officers also found multiple guns in the suspect's car. And now to more breaking news this afternoon. We are following a serious crash on I-70 near the Hendricks County-Morgan County line. That crash shutting down all lanes of eastbound lanes of the interstate there. Our NDOT cameras catching the traffic shut down when it first happened. Now, at this hour, traffic is still moving very slowly there. We're learning that the left lane of I-70 is back open, but the right lane is still closed. Eastbound traffic was being diverted off at State Road 39. That's the Monrovia exit. And this morning we saw some slick road conditions, but now the temperature is going up, giving drivers some relief, and hopefully we'll all start to feel it very soon.
Well, we're already seeing it too. And it was a very narrow area south of Indy. We had nothing here, but boy, there was a little zone of locally 3-4 inches of snowfall. I know it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
And let me show you how quickly this stuff goes away. So this is our camera down in Greensburg at the elementary school there, and keep an eye, and as the sun comes up, as quick as it came in, quickly as it's gone. And the same is true for Monroe County. This is Bloomington earlier. Matt and Lindsay were showing this snow covered. We had little narrow zone, as I talked about. These are the Coco Ross snow reports over the past 24 hours. Basically from Vermilion County to Dearborn County was the zone of snow. The heaviest falling in parts of Owen, Morgan. Look at some of those 2-3 inch totals there in Monroe County. Had a 4-inch Millhausen in northeast Jennings County. That was then, this is now. You can still see what's left of it. This stuff's going to melt away quickly. We're pushing 40 right now. We should be hitting about 50 degrees as we go into the afternoon. It'll be a mix of sunshine and cloud cover, but we have a lot of sun as well, and it's a little hint of what's on the way for tomorrow. Now, we've knocked the temperatures down by about 10 to locally 15 degrees compared to this time yesterday, but we're going to ramp them up quickly over the next 24 hours. We have to talk about the pick of the week, which is tomorrow, and some big swings ahead in our 7-day forecast. We'll see you at that in a few moments.
And we have an update this afternoon. The Marion County coroner releasing the name of a 59-year-old woman killed in a possible arson. This after Metro Police arrested a man on preliminary murder and arson charges. And it follows the death investigation at a West Side mobile home yesterday. It happened around 8:30 that morning near South Lyndhurst Drive and I-70. When the fire was out, Bonnie Sue Arnold was found dead in a bedroom. Police now say that fire was set on purpose, but they have not released any other details about what may have happened. We'll update you as we learn more. And 2 men who are already serving sentences for murder are admitting that they tried to kill another inmate. Investigators say Toby Garrison and Daniel Jones attacked the victim at the Newcastle Correctional Facility over a debt. In court documents, they admitted to trying to kill the victim, claiming ties to the American Irish mob. The victim allegedly owed Jones money in the prison. All of them are now moved to different prisons. And it's been 2 weeks since the celebration of life for Fisher's teen Haley Busby, and Central Indiana is keeping her memory alive. Tattoo artist Hannah Foote at Purgatory Ink Tattoos in Hendricks County is offering these Pink Ink for Haley tattoos. It's a pink ribbon honoring Haley's favorite color. Close to 100 people lined up over the weekend for Pink Ink. Pink Ink for Haley is now a permanent service at Purgatory Ink, and all the proceeds are going directly to the Busby family in support of Haley's law. And all the excitement around 320 of college football's best will be here in Indy for the biggest job interview of their lives. It's for the NFL Scouting Combine, where players will take part in drills, skills tests, and media appearances. Linebackers and the leader of the national championship team, Aiden Fisher, is one of the 9 Hoosiers invited to the Combine this year, looking to improve his draft stock. Well, Fisher is a projected day 3 pick, meaning potentially rounds 4 through 7. Gates for today's event open at 1 o'clock this afternoon for the Combine experience. Drills start at 3 with kickers, defensive linemen, and linebackers hitting the field at Lucas Oil Stadium. All the excitement. And some things brewing at the State House after weeks of controversy and a contentious debate. A bill increasing immigration enforcement heads to the governor's desk. Senate Bill 76 passed its final hurdle in the House and Senate yesterday. Our Logan Gay looks into what this means for Hoosiers.
Inside the Indiana State House, one final day of heated debate over Senate Bill 76.
We are trying to fix something that is broken at a national level, and this bill will not fix it. What this bill will do, it will terrorize students, and some of them born and raised in the United States.
There's a way to come into our country legally. I'd rather them do that instead of costing our taxpayers more money to house them in a government facility and to feed them and to give them free health care. We get to pay for that.
The bill requires local police and jails to cooperate with federal authorities. It also makes it illegal for businesses to knowingly hire undocumented workers or face penalties. And it prevents government entities, including public colleges and universities, from limiting immigration enforcement. While K-12 schools aren't specifically named, districts could fall under that definition. In a statement, Marion County Sheriff Carrie Forrestal spoke out against that idea, saying in part, Governor Braun needs to stop and think, does he want to be remembered for enacting this kind of policy and negatively impacting our children and schools? We cannot afford to jeopardize our community relationships merely to satisfy the most extreme among us. There is too much at stake. Under the bill, Indiana's Attorney General can sue agencies that don't comply and defend those that do. Outside the chamber Wednesday, protesters said the impact could stretch far beyond undocumented immigrants.
I'm worried for the immigrants I know. I'm worried for my family. I'm worried about this bill allowing racial profiling of anyone who is not Caucasian. It just sets a poor precedent.
Lawmakers have made their decision. Now supporters and critics alike are watching to see how it plays out. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Today at the State House, a final vote is expected on the bill to bring the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana. The bill's author, State Senator Ryan Mishler, plans to call for the final vote during today's session. Senate Bill 27 creates the framework for a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, which would bring the Bears to Indiana. So last week, the Bears owners announced Hammond as a possible location for their new stadium. We'll be monitoring today's developments at the State House.